Thank you for tuning in to another edition of the Vulcan Report with yours truly, the Algo Capitalist. Today is Wednesday, June the 13th, 2018. Today was FOMC day. The Fed decided to raise the interest rates a quarter basis point as was expected. And the markets got extremely volatile, shouldn't to say the least, whipping up and down all over the place, trying to decide how to digest this information. It should be noted that tomorrow we have the ECB and I think also the Bank of Japan, BOJ. So we'll see what happens there, but not expecting either one of them to shock anybody, especially the markets, with any unforeseen decisions. So what do we have here? Well, we had a break in the action today. Market decided to pull back here. And I'm still going to say that right now, even though we had a pulling back, it didn't extend like it looked like it was going to do here on the intraday chart. So it's interesting to see what's going to happen. I think we just came off of like maybe a little overbought situation, and then it's probably going to be bid up and break out tomorrow. So I am anticipating a possible breakout tomorrow. We'll see what happens. You know, the crazy thing with these markets is sometimes it can be very difficult to ascertain direction just because of the way that the algos shift, you know, several times on an intraday basis throughout the day. So that's why the pulse wave price trigger system is so awesome. It's because the pulse wave part of the system is the analytical tools that take into account all of the thousands of variations within the algorithmic code. The price trigger part of it is the intraday price inflection points. So you put the two together, and hence you have the pulse wave price trigger system. Pulse waves are your analytics, letting you know what stage the market's in, what's going on, and it includes the rally and crash alerts. And then the price triggers actually have the last say as to if you're going to get confirmation in a move or if the market just decides to do something totally unforeseen. The price triggers get you in the market. So that's why you always hear me say you can be wrong on your direction of the market and still make money because the price triggers will put you in the trade. They'll put you on the right side of the market. Even on days where you may get stopped out on long positions or short positions, the price triggers part of the mechanism will get you on the right side of the market. So it's pretty awesome in that it works in that way. Now, for the past several days, markets have been all over the place, you know, long, short, long, short, long, short. And now the market's trying to decide, does it want to actually give one more thrust up before a major correction, or just say it gives up here and just heads down? It's the $1 million question. All right, so you look at the analytics, they say, okay, bull market's still intact. Prices and the trend lines are above the Kumo cloud. Any pullback should be bought up. So that's what we're anticipating for tomorrow's trading. That today was a down day, tomorrow should be an up day. Today's down day took away the overboughtness because you were up several days in a row, and now the market is able to continue that climb. All right, so everything should still be intact. Now, if something else happens and the market decides, you know what, we're going to sell off, if the algos get to work and smell blood in the water and decide that this is where they're taking profit, then it will push the market down. And of course, the intraday price inflection points will be triggered and you'll be into the trade. So regardless of what the market decides to do, the price triggers put you in the market. All right, so that's the good thing about it. Yeah, this market right now is pulse waving positive, but if it turns on a dime, the price triggers will get you in every time. So just wanted to point that out. That's why it's always good to have your orders working in the market, because you don't know if the market's going to break out or break down. You just don't know. Even in a long trend like this, you don't know when it's going to stop. Even in bear markets, you don't know where that bottom's going to be. You just know that eventually a bottom will come. So anyway, just wanted to point that out in regards to the pulse wave price trigger system. So the Dow, like I said, hanging up here, looking like it wants to continue to go. Just took a little bit of profit, and I think we head back up Thursday into Friday. Looking at the Bitcoin, still in a bear market. Nothing has changed there at all. Market decided to put in a few more down days and a few more down bars. Still has not addressed this gap. The gap still needs to be addressed. So at some point, a bottom will put in temporarily so that the market can do its job and come back at some point and fill this gap. All right, this gap has to be dealt with. All right, so at some point, I think the market's going to base out somewhere, and then at that point, it comes back up and fills the gap. And you're probably going to get somewhere around here. So let's see. That's probably going to be about, I want to say 7,100. All right. Now, the extent of this, we don't know yet because we don't know where the short-term bottom is going to come in. Is it going to start to work its way around here now, or does it have way more to go? We know ultimately that 4,400 is coming. But for right now, are we going to come down here and then fill this 7,100 first and then come back down? We don't know. All we know is at some point, regardless of where the temporary support is going to be, 7,100 is in play. All right, so whenever this thing decides it's going to bottom out, 7,100 is going to be your first target. All right, so this is where you are. You got to fill this gap. All right, so let's move on here and let's take a look at bonds. All right, so as you can see here, the long bond is just tapering off here. Kind of lost all momentum leading up to the announcement. Now that we've had the announcement, the market's still holding steady. Downtrend channel is full intact, but the market has ceased dropping. It's not going down. It's not going up either. It just totally fell asleep. Nothing's happening. So all things being equal, you trade with the trend. Right now, the current downtrend channel is bearish, so you're bearish, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the market's going to continue to go down. It could base out here and rally. We don't know. So this one is just a wait and see. We do know this 140 is way down here waiting. It's only it's just almost 3 points away, and here it is. So you're just hanging out. We'll see which way it breaks, but for right now, all is quiet. Taking a look now at the dollar index. Every time people say something negative about the dollar, it says, I'm going to show you. And then it gets strong and voila. Now this one has since pulled back from its current highs. Now it's in the downtrend channel on the daily, hugging the trend line. Is it going to go for the longer term trend line support, or is it going to base out and turn upward here? I don't know. It hit the $95 target. Now it's deciding and waiting to see what it's going to do next. All the other currencies are waiting along with it. Taking a look at the euro yen to see if we can get any sneak peek of what's about to happen with the equity market. And you see here it hit a bottom, quick V-shaped recovery, and it's racing toward the bottom of the Kumo cloud, stalling out at trendline resistance and just hanging out. All things being equal, I'd say the euro yen is telling us that the market is topping out. And this rally is about to get sold heavy. That's what this chart seems to be telling us. The downtrend channel is still in effect. It has not changed. It has not stopped. All right. So here we be. Right hither. All right. Nothing has changed. This is what you're looking at. This is what's happening. All right. Came up, touched here, came down, touched here, came up, touched here, dancing around here. And I think the rally is about to get sold and it's going to get head back down here. But that's just me. We'll see what transpires here, but it is looking like we could be topping out in this euro yen, which tracks the equity market perfectly. Looking at SPY. SPY is hanging on, but also looking a little heavy. Now, this is the second day in a row of a down day on this one. So, could there be a crash alert in place? We will have to wait and see, but I would not be surprised if there were. I will tell you that for tomorrow's trading, we do have a crash alert in the E-mini S&P 500, and we do have one in the Russell. We had one today for the Dow, but we have these to continue for tomorrow, the Russell and the E-mini S&P 500. The NASDAQ does not have one, all right? The NASDAQ futures does not have one. And it's hanging on to a stage 1 uptrend, while the Dow futures is still locked and loaded into a stage 3 uptrend, and the Russell is hanging on to a stage 1 uptrend. All right, so the Russell's bullishness is not mature, but the S&P 500 and the Dow is. And so this is going to be interesting to see what happens. Is the market waiting for something, some type of catalyst? Hard to say, but you can't ignore those crash alerts either. Let's take a look and see what happened in the metals today. All right, here's your gold. All right, bouncing off that low, but still struggling at the trend line. Really struggling at the trend line on the gold. Can it pop out? Can it get above that 1310 resistance? That's a good question. Looking at silver. All right, silver on the other hand has broken out on a daily, is breaking up to the upside, and right now doesn't really have any significant resistance on the daily chart to keep it from going higher. However, when we pull up the weekly chart, we do see that it has not broken out of the downtrend channel. It's coming up here to touch it, but it hasn't broken out from it. It's going to need to break out from it. All right? We've been here before. We've been to the top of the Kumo cloud before. Remember back here? See what happened back here? You see how it crashed down? So, I don't know. We'll have to see if silver can get enough energy underneath of it to do a little something, something. Right now, it's just a question mark. Looking at crude, a lot of talks going on with crude, all types of geopolitical situations. Prices are still in the Kumo cloud. Prices are still in the downtrend channel, and very tight trading ranges for several days in a row. Make it 2 weeks in a row. Not a lot going on here. Having problems with the longer term trend line resistance. Can't get closes above 67. It really needs to close above 67.08 if it's going to do something. We'll see what happens. All right. Still got 2 more trading days. We'll see if it can get out of this cloud or what's going to happen. Very interesting to watch what's happening in these markets as of late. And with that being said, Remember, pulsewavetrading.com. You can follow me on Twitter at the Vulcan Report on Twitter, and take advantage of the power of the pulse wave system. Put that power in your hands. Learn how to take advantage of these electronic markets. Pulsewavetrading.com. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I really do mean that. Bears make money in this market. All right, you can make money shorting the market. Bulls make money. You can make money buying in the market. But pigs are delicious. Peace.